Hi, my name is Mary Paris, and I'm going to tell you a personal story. The year was 2002. I was in the ninth grade. My desire was to get through freshman year without any tormentors because I was bullied throughout junior high school. I was shy, but I was studious. I was so happy I was in a new school with new friends and several older cousins to protect me. I thought it was smooth sailing. And then enters AJ, who would be the bane of my ninth grade experience from September to June. AJ was a fellow student in my global history class. AJ would constantly pick on me. He was mocking me. He was just combative to everything I would say. If I said something in class, he had a statement or an answer to whatever I would say. In the hallways, when I would see him, he would have something to say. In class, it was just crazy. I couldn't stand it. Valentine's Day 2003, our global history teacher decided to pair us off so that we could bring gifts to each other. Another student had gotten me and he brought me a rose, which I thought was so sweet and special. I felt really good. AJ decides to take my rose, hit it, and call it ugly. At that point, I was fed up with AJ and his shenanigans. I stood up, grabbed my rose back from him, called him ugly, and said a couple other words that were not very nice. If you could see the look on AJ's face, he was like in bitter shock and like he couldn't believe that I stood up to him. And quite honestly, he was embarrassed. There were chairs all around the classrooms and oohs and ahs, and you sure told him, Mary. I felt victorious taking my seat. Following that, I had left after freshman year, transferring to another school, and I lost contact with AJ for about 8 years. 8 years later, he sends me a friend request on Facebook. I accept it, no big deal. 2 years later, he sends me a private message, and I answer the message in which he responds that he had something to admit to me. So I said, okay, you know what's up. He goes on to say that the reason he was so mean to me in ninth grade was because he had the biggest crush on me and didn't know how to express himself. I was kind of shocked, and I was like, okay, cool. Following that, AJ and we became really good friends, and we briefly dated. Shockingly, I know. Throughout this whole experience, I learned to be confident in who I am. My self-esteem improved, and I stood up to anyone trying to belittle me. That's my personal story.